What's up? Good morning, America. We've got a country to save. So I'm just gonna get up here quickly, give a few updates because some more information has come out about Breonna Taylor. Give me a second. I have to make these videos public because Facebook stops me from doing it for I don't know why. I don't understand. But Breonna Taylor has gosh. First, I want to start out by saying I've seen the pictures circulating on social media, right? Um, and I wanted to say, sorry, I'm distracted. Give me a second. Give me a second so I can give y'all my undivided attention. Okay. It's early, I know, but share this live so more people can come watch and more people can get exposed to the truth because we don't have journalists that really give a damn anymore or real journalism anymore. So we're forced, not even we're forced, as the people, we are supposed to come and present the truth to other people. So I was doing some research. Someone sent me this link and said, you right about Breonna Taylor. So what I was talking about a few weeks ago, people were getting upset with me because I had said that boyfriend is a drug dealer. He knows they run in the same circle, right? They knew of him in jail when you listen to the jailhouse recordings, in case people care to even listen. From the jailhouse recordings, they knew of Kenneth Walker. Not saying that they had a personal relationship with him, but they knew of him and they ran within the same circle, right? So that could give someone the assumption that, you know what? He's probably a drug dealer too. But people got upset. You can't say that about the boyfriend. He was a gun owner. He did it legally. He didn't do nothing wrong. All right. Let's just get into it. This photo is circulating. Hold on, let me pull it up. And I'm about to get on conservatives because you guys complain about the left doing this, running with the narrative and not actually coming with the truth, making assumption. Okay. This photo with these two posing with guns, okay, does not mean anything. You didn't break the case with them exposing this photo. You didn't figure anything out. You know why? Because we don't have all the information. So you going forth and making assumptions, basically weaponizing a photo. How many people have posed with their guns, right? I'm not a licensed carrier, but my husband is. And when I go to the gun range and I shoot with him, I take a picture of the gun because it's cool. I'm going to go practice shooting. So imagine if somebody took that photo and used it and said, see, she had a gun. We don't know if she had a gun. We're still waiting for more information to come out. So stop running with false narratives. This is counterproductive. It goes against what you're fighting. You can't fight. You can't fight fire with fire. It doesn't work that way. Can't get mad at the left for making assumptions and presenting false narratives and running with it, and then you do it on the other side. Nobody's saying Breonna Taylor is innocent. Of course, she put herself in that situation. She put herself around bad characters. Both of the men that she was dealing with turned out to be drug dealers. That fact still remains. But don't weaponize a photo. Come on. It's a photo. They're posing with guns. That doesn't mean anything. It means absolutely nothing. Wait for more details in the case to be revealed and don't put your foot in your mouth. I had to do that. Like I'm gonna call out the right and the left. When I see something going on the right that's not appropriate, I'm gonna call you out. So we'll leave it at that. I didn't like what I was seeing on social media. Okay. This picture says nothing. But let's get to what actually does say something. I sue 2 people enjoying their Second Amendment right. There you go. You can't weaponize a photo. Jesus, man. People get so pissed off about Democrats doing it, They like to pull up photos of Trump posing with his daughter. Look, he's a pedophile. You get pissed off when that happens, but you're doing it here. Stop it. You take away from the cause when you do that. Remember, Mills says gunshot residue was on Breonna Taylor and it was covered up. I don't know. Oh, that GSR. I don't know. We'll see. We have to wait for more information to come out. So upon reading this article, okay, and this is a Daily Mail. What's worse is we're getting all of this information from another country. All this information is coming from the UK because no news source in America has the balls to put out the truth. Come on, man. So it turns out Kenneth Walker is a drug dealer. So all the people that wanted to off top label him innocent, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. Didn't do nothing. You just put your foot in your mouth. This guy was actually a drug dealer, and they have the receipts to prove it. Okay? These are pills he was selling and weed he was selling. He took pictures. All this information is directly from Kenneth Walker's phone. This is a conversation that happened on the 1st of March. So for everybody that is going to try to pick this video apart and say, well, those text messages, oh, nope. 1st of March, 2020. Walker iMessaged with, now they had to redact certain things because they can't reveal who certain people are. A friend at Hooters. Unknown is buying 11 pills from Walker for $6 each. Walker arrives at Hooters and a black Chrysler 300 sells pills. When you do that, that makes you a drug dealer. So Breonna Taylor had a history of being with drug dealers, right? So then that narrative of, well, they were in the house innocently. They didn't know what was happening. They heard police. They heard police knock and announce themselves. They heard it. I don't believe for 1 second Kenneth Walker didn't hear them say, police. No, yes, you did. You got scared because why? You're a drug dealer and they might be coming to pick your ass up. This was on the 6th of March. Walker contacts unknown and states he has more of the ones they like, i.e. the pills he was selling. Unknown states they have 8 of the other ones left and want to know if Walker would exchange 4 of them for 5 of the new pills. Okay. He responds back asking if they still want them, the 4 pills. Walker makes a deal with the unknown, tells them he's contacting blank. And we don't know who he's contacting, but that's more information that we can wait on to see how many she wants so he can bring them to her all together. This guy's a drug dealer. He's selling pills and weed. Also, reading further into this, the gun that he had, he purchased it illegally. He bought it from someone. This is why I tell people, you need to wait for further instruction and further information before you go spouting out certain things that you actually don't know about. A whole lot of people put their foot in their mouth with this, man. It's ridiculous. And I actually have that video where officers call out Kenneth Walker because guess what? He did say that Breonna Taylor shot. He told police officers that. It's a 9-minute video. I won't show all of it because it is almost a 10-minute video of SWAT going in after the shooting has occurred, and they have to release. Basically, what they're going to do is go in and assess and make sure there is no other shooter in there because Kenneth Walker said Breonna Taylor was a shooter. So let me get this pulled up so you guys can see this video. And while I'm doing that, I'll try to look at some of your comments. Grown man calling me a liar and stupid. Just said, wait until you see he wasn't innocent at all. Man, grown men have been really butthurt and in their feelings about this case, and I don't understand why. Don't understand why. You're right, Stephen. I should know better. It doesn't fit their narrative to wait for the truth. They have to go in and just react. I can't do it this way. Dang it. I want you guys to hear this. I'll get it figured out. Bear with me. Good morning, everybody watching. What's up, John? Good morning. This dude is a liar, man. I'm going to pull the article back up. So while I get other stuff going, I can be talking to you about this article. If you have not read it, go read the Daily Mail UK article about Breonna Taylor and all the extra information that police have actually put out. You know, police have had. It's sad. Me and my husband were talking about this earlier. It's really sad that police can't go ahead and just give the public all the information because highly emotional and irrational people are going to go riot and tear stuff up because the truth has been revealed. The truth is the truth. You can't get around it. But it's sad. It's sad that our own country, our own media sources don't feed us the truth, and we have to get this from outside countries. The Daily Mail comes with all the content. They did the same thing with George Floyd. Nobody in America had even released any of that information. Yeah. We live in 1984. Facts. If you haven't watched that movie or read the book, George Orwell, 1984, go read it. In the course of the investigation, police also recovered evidence that Walker was involved in the sale of drugs. Okay. Walker said that he was not involved in any serious criminal activity, but did say that he sometimes personally used marijuana. He lied, man. He lied. However, a search of his phone found numerous conversations about drug trafficking. Investigators said in the newly released documents. Several chats described in the documents, Walker discusses selling pills to Hooter waitresses. There are the pills. There's a high-grade marijuana he was advertising. Okay. This basically goes into the picture. This is a picture that they recovered from Walker's phone. Taylor poses with him as he holds a silver and black Glock 9mm that strongly resembles the gun Walker used to fire on police during the raid. He also shows off the pistol, the AR-15, the one that Breonna Taylor is holding in her hand. Okay. Then, this blew my mind. In text messages, Walker said that he purchased the Glock from a white boy and that it wasn't registered to him, but that he had the bill of sale. So once again, this dude's a liar. Complete liar. First it was, I'm a gun owner. Now he just put his foot in his mouth And he says that he purchased it from a white boy and it's not registered to him. So when are people going to stop? When are you going to stop believing false narratives? I have to upload this video so you guys can see it. Like, seriously, man. Come on, man. Like Joe Biden says. All people would have said it was fake. Private sales are legal in most states, but that still sounds fishy. It's fishy because he's a fishy person. The film is on Netflix. I got rid of Netflix because Netflix likes to show off little girls in sexual manners. I can't get behind that. So I canceled Netflix. But it's also on YouTube for anybody that doesn't have Netflix. Here it is. Man, I came through for myself. I totally forgot that I uploaded this to my Hot Mic page. Now you guys get to see my brand page. If you haven't followed my Hot Mic page, go follow that. I put up a bunch of different exclusive content. I'm going to be transitioning that over to Patreon so you guys can get cool exclusive content. Behind the scenes, how I do my research, all that extra stuff. But this is important. This video is extremely important because at two portions in this video, officers let it be known that Kenneth Walker blames Breonna Taylor in the shooting. Listen really close.
Hey, just remember, the female is supposedly the one that shot. We're not for sure of that.
Kid upstairs. Kid upstairs.
Did you guys hear that? The female is supposedly the one that shot. Now it's said again here.
Yeah, and right there.
That's theirs.
So that's all.
Oh, they're counting the shell casings.
They're your all's casings, their casings. So,
Oh, that's their gun. Right here.
yeah, and right there.
That's theirs.
So that's ours.
I think it's right here. Sorry, I can't remember the timestamp.
There's shell casings over there.
Scene secure. She's 1080. We're leaving a couple people in here to hold the scene. It's secure for detectives to come up. So I think it's casings right there.
Sorry.
Like if they're your all's casings, their casings. So,
Oh, that's their gun. Right here.
yeah, and right there.
That's theirs.
So that's ours. It looks like theirs is in there. So I'd back out until they get PIU in here. So
I didn't know if there are any guns visible.
we did not see any.
That's long enough. Is there any windows to go out that way?
The only casings look like 9 mils.
He said she was shooting. The suspect said that his girlfriend was shooting the ass with a 9mm.
Did you guys hear that? I'm gonna run it back.
Windows to go out that way?
The only casings look like 9 mils.
He said she was shooting. The suspect said that his girlfriend was shooting the ass with a 9mm.
So not only did you lie about not being a drug dealer, we don't even know who shot. That's what's even more disturbing. People are going out on a limb, willing to riot, tear cities up, destroy home, show up in violence. Ooh, I'm watching myself. That's weird. Just get involved in a bunch of violence nonsense because you're upset about Breonna Taylor. Now, what if it comes out once the entire investigation has been conducted and they release all the information to the people, right? And they find gun residue on her. What are you going to do then? I can't even. I'm praying. I'm honestly praying. And I think that is going to be the outcome. For some reason, I feel like she shot specifically because she took all the bullets and the boyfriend didn't receive any. I don't understand I don't understand what people are thinking. or what place of like logic they're coming from when they just fall in line with a lie. This entire narrative was fake, man. It's fake. He blamed her for the shooting. So we still got to wait for the residue to see if he actually might have been telling the truth. He also said he wasn't a drug dealer, okay? And you got a whole bunch of people lined up to defend this guy and this girl, not having all the facts. I was one of those people. You really didn't catch me talking about Breonna Taylor on my show. You know, when this whole thing first happened, I'm like, there's not enough information. I'm not gonna put my foot in my mouth and say some stuff when I don't actually know it. You don't actually know. You don't know what happened. But more information is coming out, and it's adding the missing pieces to the puzzle. I call this case the curious case of Breonna Taylor because we had virtually zero evidence, a bunch of hearsay, and people were ready to go riot and protest. They will say that they're trying to destroy a Black woman's image. You know what? If that's the case, she destroyed her own image. She destroyed her own image. Bottom line is, if you hang out with criminals, chances are you won't get arrested or killed by the police. If you don't hang with criminals, I'm sorry. It's late. Logic and common sense are not in the liberal dictionary. You're right. I don't know why I'm having hope for these people. I swear I have hope for one day that they'll wake up and be like, wow, okay, I was wrong. Like my buddy here. This is my buddy that I never met, but we talk in messages. He always watches the show. His name is Roland. He just tagged someone in this video because this person constantly defends the boyfriend and Breonna Taylor, right? So this is what he said, just showing you a video to dispute the article shared about the cop lying. Javon Rowe, the day you wake up, I'll drop to my knees and thank God. This is how real it is. People believe lies so easily. You are so easily manipulated, led astray, bamboozled, hoodwinked, and everything else. I don't know when people are going to wake up and actually realize a lot of what is seen on the news, a lot of what's presented to you, especially on social media, is skewed. When you watch clips from news sources and they only show you 2 minutes of a 45-minute speech of Trump, you can't then say this is exactly what happened unless you go watch the entire speech and then form your own opinion, not based off what the news is telling you. So many people are doing that. Right? Oops, I got a message. Sorry, I got distracted. So many people are doing that, and it's ridiculous. The same thing with this photo. People on the right. Oh, this just proves that she may have had a gun or she may have shot. You don't know. You don't know. This photo doesn't mean crap. Wait for more evidence to come out and have an educated conversation. Make educated assumptions. A few weeks ago, I assumed this dude, he's more involved than he's saying. He's done more than he's saying. There is no way that you shoot at a door and you think it's an intruder. And then you blame it on your girlfriend that's dead. And then you take it back and say, you did it. Are you serious? That's been out for months. I've showed people that report left and right, and they don't believe it. They think it's a fake document. It's a fake document. But you know what? Men lie, women lie. Numbers and evidence does not lie. And the evidence shows Mr. Kenneth Walker was a drug dealer. And it also shows Mr. Kenneth Walker bought an unregistered gun. That gun wasn't registered to him. All he had was the bill of sale. Now we have to wait for more evidence regarding Breonna Taylor, if she had gunshot residue on her, if she shot, were there other weapons in the home? Because we don't have all the information. I wanted to update everybody, whining about the boyfriend being innocent and how he was protecting his girl, protecting his home. Number one, that wasn't your home. Two, you're not on the search warrant. Three, you ain't had no business just shooting, and you don't know what you're shooting at. Who, like, you're blindly shooting in the dark because you think it's intruders. When they announce themselves. And if you look at them, if you haven't seen the leaked video, Brandon Tatum's put it out. You can see what the officers are wearing that night. And they're not in plain clothes. They're in uniforms with bulletproof jackets that say police on the front. How he missed that is beyond me. But we have to wait for more information to come out. It's just how it is. It sucks. I'm tired of waiting because I want people to just shut up and move on from this and stop trying to turn this into a moment. Like, Breonna Taylor, what's wild is there are so many Breonna Taylors in the hood. So many Breonna Taylors in the hood that have died at the hands of other Black men that nobody got out there and marched for or cared for them or put their faces on billboards or even acknowledged them. But this girl, because she was killed by a white cop, is the victim. What about all the other Breonna Taylors in the world? Why are we so okay with destroying our communities and the citizens that live in those communities? I sit and think about all this because I can't understand the logic of people. You're willing to go destroy, just like Tabitha said. I'm sick of it, destroying your own cities for a lie. You're willing to go destroy it's actually, you know what? It's the city you live in. You destroy businesses that you don't own. Majority of them Black. All for a lie. She wasn't sleeping in her bed like people said. The boyfriend isn't innocent like people said. He didn't even have a criminal record. You know what? Just because he didn't have a criminal record and none of his things were documented does not mean that he wasn't involved in anything illegal. And you just saw he's involved in a whole bunch of illegal stuff. Selling pills and marijuana. It's illegal. Those who have been brainwashed will never believe the truth, no matter how facts are. Wow. No matter how many facts they are shown. Even if they see it with their own eyes, they will not believe it's real. Which is sad, man. It's absolutely sad. Media is not covering Duncan Limp. I think I know a group admin that will think you have a problem if you repeat what you learned here. Oh wow, Facebook. I'm not surprised. People are it's really sad, man. It's sad. Because I sometimes I have sympathy, and then sometimes I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. But these people actually believe the lie they're being sold. That's what's even more sad. You believe a lie you're being sold. I really can't even say anything else. I just presented all the new evidence. He was dealing drugs. The gun wasn't registered to him, but he had the bill of sale. So all of this other stuff, it goes out the window now. And you know what? Since they have now tied the gun to the bullet that struck the officer. Once they come back with those tests to determine who actually shot the gun, he's going to go down. If he's actually who shot the police officer, he's going to jail. I don't know if they can charge you for the text messages they found. I don't know how that works. I'm not a criminal justice major, but he's definitely going to be on their radar. Best believe they're going to watch him like a hawk. Whatever charges they can get on that boy, they're going to do it. And more power to the police. God help the deceived. Help them all, Lord. I've been a supporter of the Innocence Project. I get their mail correspondence. Even they are pushing the Breonna false narratives. The NBA hopped on board. Get woke, go broke. Now they're not making all the money that they used to make, and so they've decided to pull back from involving themselves in the SJW movement. You people need to wake up and stop just believing stuff. You know what? I don't know. I'm hoping that he's charged with something because he is the reason, if he shot, we'll say allegedly, he's the one who shot. So he's the one who is responsible for her death. Because officers would not have shot at Breonna Taylor that night had he not shot his weapon. If they weren't scared because of all the dirt they were doing, she might be alive. I don't think I would be freaked out by anybody knocking at my door. I'm going to go yell, who is it? That's it. Matter of fact, I probably wouldn't even go answer the door. My husband would go to the door and make sure things are okay. Now, if it's not and some stuff's going down, then I know how to get the weapon and shoot and do what I have to do. But you just shot. Somebody's knocking at the door, clearly. They said they knocked for over 90 seconds. So that's over a minute of them knocking, police, and you didn't hear them. Come on, man. He used her for a body shield, human shield. I heard that theory. I think ABL put that out. I like his content. I don't know if I don't know. I don't like saying things. Sorry, guys, I'm tired. I don't like saying things when I don't actually know the truth. So it's gonna be, we don't know who shot the gun. We're figuring it out. But that gun was Kenneth Walker's, and he says he shot it. So for now, until other things come out, Kenneth Walker is the blame, and Kenneth Walker should be charged. Because that bullet that hit that officer's leg came from your gun. And people need to wake up. That's it. To be honest, I think she shot the cop. I think the same thing. I think the same thing. They knew. 100% they knew. Maybe I could show you guys the apartment complex so you can see what it actually looks like. The way this is set up, there's no way that these people did not know that it was the police knocking at the door, or they didn't hear. What they keep saying. Well, they didn't hear. Only one was willing to recant his original statement and say, you know what? Yes, I did hear. Dang it. Let's see. Even if they were kicking in the door, an innocent person would be yelling, "Who are you?" We all have common sense here, guys. Okay. The people that are pissed off about this case don't possess that. They operate in feelings and feelings alone. Okay. Boom. This is actually the New York Post. I like using liberal sources against them. I'm going to use your own source that you put out against you. Here are the crime scene photos. Okay. This is the front door of Breonna Taylor. No, this is the neighbors. 1, 2, 3. So y'all telling me none of y'all went to the peephole to look and see who was banging and yelling outside, and none of y'all saw was police. Nobody. Nobody heard. And this is actually Breonna Taylor's door right over here. Come on, man. Supposedly, this wallet actually kind of helped save the cop's life, or else it would have hit a main artery, a femoral artery. That's the living room. I was hoping they would show the hallway. I want to show everybody the hallway so people can stop saying, well, they were standing side by side. The hallway was not big enough for them to be standing side by side. I know there's a photo of the hallway because I was looking at it. But to get back on track, the hallway is a standard hallway. You can't, there is no way, she was a thick girl, okay? And he ain't a small dude. There's no way that both of you guys, this is the best, nah, that's not going to work. There's no way they were standing side by side. One of them had to be standing in front of another. Now, given that she received all the bullets and he didn't, one could assume she's the one who shot the gun. Or one could assume he shot and then hurried up and grabbed her and put her in front of them. We don't actually know what happened. But these are educated assumptions. I think they don't want to show the hallway because that's where her body was. Which sucks. Because the hallway was small as hell. But you guys get what I'm trying to say. I'm sure we have all lived in apartments at one time or another. Those walls are paper thin. No way in hell the neighbors didn't hear. Facts. In the hood, people will lie, especially if they had a close relationship with Breonna. So I don't believe when people say 11 witnesses say they didn't hear a knock. This is all common sense. No, nobody heard a knock. Nobody. Just one. Boom. Here is the photo. Let me pull it up so y'all can see it. Let me know if you need me to zoom it in or you can't see it or it's too blurry because I want you guys to see this. This is from the body cam of the officer. Okay? This is a hallway that supposedly they were standing side by side in. This hallway right here. Now you tell me, can two people stand side by side in that hallway and only one person receive, I think 4 shots out of 32 bullets, and the other person received absolutely none? I'll wait for you to tell me in the comment section. Police can't lie, but no one knows who to believe. I disagree with you on charging him. The firearm was obtained legally, and he truly did hear them at 1 a.m. and he shot in self-defense. He has a case. If it's not true, he should be charged for her death if he fired first. There you go. You're asking the right questions. Why would he have to do either if he didn't know police were at the door? How did he know whoever was at the door had guns? Now they're saying, well, he only got his gun because somebody kicked it in. That's a lie. They had the guns drawn as the officers entered. Police saw the gun. He saw somebody standing there with the gun. They didn't fire until he fired at them. So they were already standing in the hallway with the guns drawn because they were freaking out about whoever was possibly at the door because of all the illegal shit they both were doing. He even said in his original statement, he feared it might have been Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend coming to the home. Come on, man. Everybody says no. Oh, no, she was too big. She was way too big. Hell no. To the no, no, no. It's sad, but wasn't they there because of drugs? They were there to search her home because she had been involved with the criminal enterprise, as well as them finding a body in a rental car registered to her name. So they had been investigating her, saw packages going to her house, saw Jamarcus Glover, who is a drug dealer of this criminal enterprise, interacting with her. So what they did was obtain a search warrant to see if they could find anything in her home. What did this 4-year-long investigation yield? They knew eventually someone would be knocking at the door to take them down. Tabitha. Spit the truth, man. Look at that hallway, man. No way. Absolutely no way. They both stood there side by side. Kenneth Walker had some explaining to do. And, some of us, some Black folks, I'm not talking about all. Some Black folks aren't going to question this. Whatever happened is what happened. Breonna Taylor is innocent. Cops killed her because she's Black. She haven't received any type of justice because she's Black. So they need to go out and, make her life matter. Because you marching and tearing up cities really does that. Well, they finally got Jamarcus Glover. They got all the drugs, the money, everything that they had been investigating. They got him on it now. Will he go to jail for that? Who knows? So they had a legal reason. I love us all. This ain't a racist thing. I feel this is the law doing their job. God bless us all. It shouldn't have taken this long with all the evidence they built up. I don't know. I'm not gonna take divert attention from where it needs to be and say, well, it took cops too long to investigate, because that's neither here nor there. It's not important in this situation. What's important is she was involved. They were watching. She showed up on their radar. That's why her home got searched. Her family got $12 million in justice. They did, and I think they need to give every single penny back. Her mother just bought a big ass house for what? For what? Come on, man. Wake up. Your daughter wasn't murdered by police officers, and shame on the city for giving them not ours, because I don't live there, but all those people that live in Kentucky, where she was killed. I can't remember what city it was. You just gave their money away. For what? I definitely don't agree with no-knock warrants and red flag laws. But if the police announce themselves they weren't in the wrong for returning fire, no one is ever wrong for that. Is it a tragic situation? Yes. It definitely is tragic. But it is what it is. Breonna Taylor knew what she was getting herself involved in. Breonna Taylor knew that both guys she was dealing with were drug dealers. She definitely knew what Jamarcus Glover was capable of since he had a dead body in her car. All these men carry around guns. They're involved in illegal things. You have to know the repercussions of your decisions. And that's it. Yes, her mom bought a house. I think it was $600,000 house, if I'm not mistaken. She went and bought a home. Why are there so many people who still believe she was shot in her sleep? I'm completely disturbed by the ignorance of people. How can any person who thinks normally still believe the first narrative? This is so awful, so messed up that the media even put that story out there. What the hell? I agree with you, Ali. I don't know why people are still saying she was asleep in her bed. I wish I did know. I wish I could understand people, but you know what? That's crazy. $12 million in tax dollars added to tax dollars spent on the investigation yield to what result? The result of I don't understand. I think that's neither here nor there. They were doing an investigation. Whether it took 16 years, they wanted to maybe stack up the charges and get him on something else. Who knows? We don't know. I'm not the police station. But that's taxpaying dollars. At least they were doing something resourceful with it and actually investigating a crime and not giving it to a family that doesn't deserve it. We have so many other families or so many other areas, in inner cities. I really think that we really need to pay attention to the inner city because they're in need right now. The children there, the people there that, don't necessarily want to be there, but that's their only option. They need to have safe places to live. They need to have a functioning society to thrive in. Kids need to be able to grow up. So I think there are better things that can be done with the money, but at least police officers were investigating a crime. That's what I will say. So it yielded to the results that we're getting now. Mainstream media is spreading it still today. They're still saying that she was asleep in her bed. Wow. If they would have done a no-knock warrant, she may be alive today. Earlier that day, a no-knock warrant was executed on Jay Glover. No one got hurt. 5 people were arrested, including Jay Glover. Yeah, they found money, drugs. They found a whole bunch of things on him. There has an almost 5,000-page report they forced out by grand jury. It has everything. I've been trying to find that. If anybody has that, please send it to me. I definitely want to read through it. They have to say she was in her bed so they can advance their narrative. There is an agenda here, and every time something happens when police have interactions that result in the death of a Black person. Yeah. Four-year investigation doesn't equal safe. Would you like to talk? Like you can come on the show because I don't know. I'm having a hard time understanding what you're like the context and what you're saying things through text. So if you're interested in coming on, definitely come on. I'm welcoming people to come on and talk and give their opinions on what happened. They need an opportunity and healthy adult guidance. Absolutely. That money could have helped a whole lot of people out in the inner city. There you go. This is why I love Trump. Because, Democrats run every 4 years off the need of Black people and what Black people need and what they want. And, we're going to promise you all these things. We're going to do all these things, say all these things, and not actually deliver. You have a president here that had a roundtable talk and sat down with a lot of, important Black leaders that were willing to go speak to him. And as a result, he came out with the Platinum Plan, $500 billion to rejuvenate the inner city communities. $500 billion. Oh, it's too late. Why is he doing it now? Well, that don't mean nothing. This is what people say. You're not directly affected. If you can say that and you're just like not interested in having someone come in and help and do something, you're not interested in anything but your own selfish needs. That's what it comes down to. I'd love to know how much of that money her family gave to BLM and how much they are giving back to their community in donations. They don't help. They don't help at all. Wasn't she fired a while ago from being an EMT due to the body being in the rental car? Yes. She was fired for that. She has not been an EMT since 2017. She got fired from that job. I don't know what her current job was, so don't get me up here lying. How is she paying for rent, etc.? I wonder how she was making money. Duh, drug money. The Platinum Plan would be considered welfare if it was presented by the left. How? Have you read the Platinum Plan? Have you ever seen what's in it? This is what I mean. Ungrateful people. Nothing anybody does, nothing Trump does will ever be enough for people. Never. Never. You're going to vote for the same people that don't mean you any good and then complain about Trump. Now, I don't know who you vote for, but I'm talking about the people that just complain. Complain. So far, you know what we have? Black History Month and Juneteenth. That's what the left gave you in the welfare state. Oh, it's so small. I can't even read that. This is a national holiday. I'm trying to pull it up. I had a photo of everything that was detailed in there. But since I can't pull it up, I'm not going to waste your time sitting here looking for it. I've read it. I'll just call it is what it is. So it's welfare. Welfare is giving someone money for doing absolutely nothing and remaining poor. I asked him if he wants to join. I think he should. I'm trying to understand him. I don't understand how this is welfare. I don't want to pull up the whole thing. I'm just trying to find that that photo that details the important parts in it. Because I don't want to sit here and read that whole thing and try to regurgitate it to you. I was clearly wrong about I was clearly wrong about Kim Walker. Kenneth Walker, but it sounds like you understand the point I was trying to say. Some assumptions are reasonable, but others are not. That's what I was trying to say, even though I chose a poor example to try to make my point. Man, look, as long as you're willing to, just admit fault, that's good enough, man. Tabitha, oh Lord. That is welfare. I don't know if you guys have seen Ice Cube's contract with the government. All it says is gimme, 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 because I'm black. Come on, man. MAGA. All right, boom. Here we go. I came through. This is Trump's new platinum plan. Opportunity. Opportunity is not welfare. Come on, man. I wish Corey was here so he can hit the Joe Biden clip. Come on, man. By achieving historic employment levels for Black Americans, as well as increasing access to capital for new businesses, President Trump has been committed to ensuring all Black Americans can achieve the American dream. Okay? No, he's on YouTube. You guys won't see the comments from YouTube coming in. You won't see it unless I put it up. There it is. Boom. He watches, like some things he agrees with me on, some things he doesn't. And I welcome the banter, but I'm not going to call this welfare. I'm going to call him on his shit. Security by signing into law a celebrated First Step Act, President Trump has brought common sense criminal justice reform to the American people for the first time in decades, while ensuring that our streets and communities are safe for families and business owners. So this is Trump's promise to Black America over 4 years. Increase access to capital in the Black communities by almost $500 billion. 3 million new jobs for the Black community. That's not welfare. That's giving them a job. That's opportunity. Give Black churches the ability to compete for federal resources for their community. Now, I hope these Black churches do what they're supposed to be doing with this money. I will say that. I feel like a lot of people are going to try to capitalize off this in a negative way. I'm just going to say that. Bring better and tailored healthcare to address historic disparities. Immigration policy that protects American jobs. I like that. Advance home ownership opportunities to enhance financial literacy in the Black community. That right there is amazing. If we could teach each other how to save and how to invest money and create wealth, like I've been speaking about since yesterday on my Facebook page, we could have the Reconstruction era in 2020. We could bring it back and actually show how Black Africans, how Black people made America great. They were a part of making our country great. Because they don't want those kids in the inner city to have opportunities. That's why they're against school choice. That's why they want to get rid of charter schools and everything else. Commit to working on a Second Step Act. So not only did he give us the first step, he's working on the second step, which means what? Helping those Black men in prison get out for nonviolent offenses. So all those people that are in jail for stupid weed charges, Kamala likes to lock them up and then go brag about smoking weed. Come on, man. He's going to come up with a second step. I can't wait to see these This right here is more than what the Democrat Party has offered in 70 years. In 70 years, you have this man paying attention to the needs of the Black community. Financial literacy is one of them. Jobs is a big one. Creating 500,000 new Black-owned businesses. That sounds like Black Wall Street to me. Safe urban areas with highest policing standards. Look, come on. He said this sounds like welfare. Come on, man. If the left offered this, I would agree with the left for the first time in a long time. They'd be like, damn, y'all actually care. Now, I would hope that they would actually implement all the things that they say they're going to do. I can trust Trump on that because promises kept, promises made, promises kept. Everything he said he was going to do, he actually did it. Access to better education and job training opportunities. Onshore manufacturing to advance jobs and develop opportunities for Black-owned businesses. This is welfare. I don't think you read it. There's no way you read this and then called this welfare. Why is it that the Nigerians and Indian immigrants are the most successful demographic in the U.S.? Because you know why? Because they come here, they go to school, they work, and you know what they do with that money? Send it back home to take care of their families. That's why. Second step, act and shake it individual. Non-violent. Man, Trump is the GOAT. Okay? He's actually trying to fix a huge problem in America and paying attention to actually what these critical conditions that the inner city is in, what they actually need to be able to thrive and show up in the economy and compete and not feel like they're marginalized, locked into certain areas because they're Black. You have a man willing to help fix that and make sure that everybody can get out here and work and get out here and have something to contribute. Number one, opportunities. If you offered opportunities to these people, especially the youth coming up, you offer them opportunities, you give them something to do, they won't be as eager to go do senseless acts in the streets because you know why they're doing all this stuff is because they're bored. They took away pep rallies. They cut back on, funding sports in certain areas. They cut back on music. You don't have Christmas concerts you used to have back in the day. Plays, stuff that I did growing up in high school, going to watch plays, going to participate in after school activities. They've taken that away. So now they're just at home with an idle mind, nothing to do besides get in trouble. Come on. I don't get why people is complaining about opportunities. I think some people just don't like to be in a position to provide rather than complain. This is my theory. I don't think Black people know what actual freedom is, right? When you are free and you get out there and you work, you either can succeed or fail. But when you're free, you don't have anybody to blame but yourself. And that level of accountability, I've never really seen coming from some parts, a large portion of the Black community. Having to blame yourself and say, you know what, I effed this up. I am at fault for this. This is why it happened. This is my fault. That, having to do that is major. It was hard for me to do. You just got to own up to some things in your life, some things that didn't go right, or things that didn't go as planned. It had to do with you. It didn't have to do with the fact that you're Black and this country is inherently racist and they don't like you. No, you can't keep blaming the white man for everything. So true freedom, I don't think some black people want that. I don't. Because then you have nobody to blame but you. That's when you got to put the mirror up and look at yourself. No unalienable rights. That is important for socialism success, to eliminate any idea about natural rights, to jeer and ridicule them out of existence. Only government sanctioned rights may exist in the socialist world. Yes, note what the government can give, it can take away. You're absolutely right. He would be able to do more. People would stop whining and crying and let him do his job. Biracial. Oh, Biden has said racial comments, called our troop bastards, and like sniffing our kids, and has been accused of rape, and it's okay because he isn't Trump. This goes into Democrats and their ties to Nazi tactics, right? Joseph Goebbels was one of Hitler's right-hand man. And the Germans used Joseph Goebbels' theory. You tell a lie big enough, eventually people will start to believe it, right? So what they did was they targeted one enemy. They made that enemy responsible and the blame for everything. They didn't allow any room for alternative narratives or outside views. Whatever they say is what happened. So the fact that, one, the media has zeroed in and targeted Trump since he's decided to run for presidency, labeled him a racist off top, dug up everything they could dig up on him. They constantly target Trump. And they use racism to push that. And also, they use calling him a chauvinist to push that. He's against feminism. Well, you know what? I'm against feminism too. He's the enemy. Racism is attached to him. They can also tie in women because women are not responsible. Emotional people. They attack, tell lie after lie after lie. We have had the same lies going for 6 years now about this man. And people have believed it since day one. I often ask people that have so many issues with Trump, did you have issues with him before he ran for presidency? Did you care about Trump before presidency? Did you notice that the black community embraced him? Rappers had him in their videos. He was shouted out in several lyrics before he ran for presidency. The second he decided to run, the establishment turned. And you know why you think Trump is racist? Is because a white liberal told you he was. And you believe it. You're still stuck on a mental plantation. I don't know what it's going to take for people to wake up, but I hope they get it together soon. Because it's getting ridiculous. Stupid. Biden is Biden, man. The leaders in the black community teach black people basically they can't do something because of the color of their skin, instead of teaching them ways and skills to get in a great situation. Absolutely, man. This is another thing I thought of. If black leaders are so concerned about the black community, why haven't you given them opportunities or taught them the game for how to create wealth, how to save money, how to become successful? A lot of these people that the black community idolizes, some, not all, majority, rappers that talk about selling drugs, which then destroys their communities, talk about killing. That's a big thing right now. Drill rap is where they basically brag on killing for clout. So they're getting famous off of negativity. They spit negativity back into their communities. And then they say the government needs to step in and help y'all because y'all need to ask the government. Y'all need to be figuring out what the government needs to be doing for y'all. That's what Ice Cube said. The government needs to provide all these things for you. But me and my millions, no. I'm not going to put back into my community. I'm not going to help you guys. I'm not going to give you the game, show you how to save. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm just going to tell you to keep begging the government. These dudes are clowns. LeBron James is a clown. Ice Cube is a clown. Jada Pinkett Smith is a clown. All these black celebrities, leaders, all of y'all are clowns. Oprah's the biggest one. Actually, no, Michelle Obama is the biggest one because I can't stand her. Him, Shim, whatever it is. He was awarded the Ellis Island Award twice with the likes of Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali. How does he get that? And hang with people of color, Jesse Jackson and such. Now he is racist. I'm telling you, a white liberal told these black people Trump was racist, and they said, "Okay, massa." They call conservatives house Negroes and sellouts. But you guys are the real sellouts. You guys are the real sellouts. You have sold your people out for financial gain, which is the worst thing that you could do. The worst. And I like to show people a certain portion of the Ballad of the Bullet. If you haven't listened to it, this is Malcolm X. This is one of his greatest speeches called The Ballad of the Bullet, where he warned us of the white liberal.
In Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republican. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you backed controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you because you're a chump. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you are dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race.
Malcolm X said it. I didn't. That is one of my favorite speeches, man. I really got into Malcolm X a couple months ago, looked into his autobiography, found out so much about this guy. He was a great leader. Now, people like to only recognize him for his black nationalism views, but when he came back from his Mecca and he got to see that white people embraced him, he completely changed his mind on white people. Now, he did want to come back and still fix the issue because back then, black people were dealing with not having their basic civil rights. So, yes, he had to come back and help there. But, dude, you are voting for a party that does not provide you any type of opportunity, any type of help. You guys, you really have been marginalized and stuck in one box. And I'm talking about the inner city because everybody doesn't have the opportunity to make it out like I did or like you did or some other black people that have, woken up to what's actually going on. So when you have a party and you have black leaders that align themselves with that party consistently for years, wake up. They're selling you out. So when you vote for them, you stand behind them, you're a traitor to the human race. Period. Yeah, he was way too ahead of his time. Man, Malcolm X was great. Booker T. Washington was also great. He was called a house Negro and a sellout because he created his own schools, created his own businesses to hire black people to have opportunity. But no, Black people wanted to get behind W.B. Du Bois and go march and demand stuff. Black power. Come on. That's not how we get things done anymore. Go work for it. Stop waiting around for reparations. That shit is not coming, nor should you get it. The Nation of Islam and the American Nazi Party under the same roof, or were under the same roof because they share the same ideology. Sounds familiar. BLM, Antifa. Facts, man. I read his biography, and you're right. It was an incredible transition he made after coming back from his Mecca. People need to read up on who Malcolm X was. They only attached themselves to the black nationalist part of him and not who he really was. He was a victim of his own race who killed him. Yes, I don't believe a white man killed him. I believe the Nation of Islam came after him because he exposed them. Period. He exposed them. And you know what? He did it being professional, showing up to every single march with a suit and tie on, preaching the gospel, not inciting violence, not burning anything. In fact, he spoke against that. And here you have a president that is pro-law and order, that is trying to restore order, trying to fix things. And you guys don't want it to happen. You got black people wanting this type of stuff.
We know he's being God and he no longer can be here. In honor of his legacy, we're not rioting, God. We're not shaming anybody, God. We're just humbling ourselves before you. Yes, Lord. You brought the thunder and rain today, God, because Satan takes the L today. Father, in Jesus' name, you get the victory. Father, we ask for forgiveness from our black brothers and sisters for years and years of racism, of systematic racism.
This is what Democrats have done. You have white people kneeling. You have white people kneeling in front of black people asking for forgiveness for shit they didn't even do. This is what the critical race theory indoctrination bullshit that they want to push to our kids. It teaches white kids to feel guilt for being white, and it teaches black kids to forever be a victim. Forever be a victim. Yeah, man, this is crazy. I would love to share a personal story about how far we have come from the race relations in this country sometime. Yeah, man. Why not? Maybe I'll send you a link. I've been on here for over an hour. What time is it? 9. I don't want to stay on here too late because I know people have things to do. It's morning. I just wanted to catch on in the morning fresh. Share this video, please. Get this message out. Help people understand and grasp the truth, because it's time for people to come to terms with the shit that they're doing, and it's out of pocket. Y'all need to stop. That black lady was faking her crime. She was faking. She wasn't serious. Yes, Lord. Jesus didn't tell him. None of y'all to get over there and do that. Nor did the Bible. I saw Nelson Mandela in Oakland in 1989. That's awesome. After release from Robbins Island. That is dope, man. I don't know if I told you guys, I got to go to Hacksaw Ridge. And that's the most historical place I've been to. And I just felt a great deal of pride. And I felt really humbled because of Desmond Doss, who was a famous soldier there, who would not carry a gun. But he did want to go to war to, offer medical assistance to the soldiers that were fighting. So I just felt a huge sense of pride being able to, go there and see that and stand where all those people lost their life. It was amazing. Yeah, I'm going to hop off here in a little bit. But listen. Research. if you don't research, you are just as much of a fool as anybody that says there is no God. Because you know what you're doing? You're actively remaining ignorant on purpose because you don't want to accept what the truth is. The fact that the people keep trying to find reasons to make this case, the Breonna Taylor case, something racism, something racial, attaching it to racism, you're like grasping at straw at this point. It speaks volumes. It means that you're not willing to accept reality and the truth, but truth and reality is knocking at your front door, right? And I'm going to be the enforcer, and I'm going to just kick down your door and say, look, I feel like we need to hold liberals, sit them down, put them in chairs, and, hold their eyeballs open. Enforce the truth. Come on. Because we can't keep doing this. I teach my kids they are not the victims, but victors. Yes. I have to drop in a few, have to run my mornings. Yeah, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's early. I wanted to catch you guys in the morning. I was hoping I could get my squad up here, but the guys were busy today. I had an interview with a Black Proud Boy. He denounced the group the day before the interview. Why is that? Jesus says over and over to love. That's the greatest commandment of all. That's in Galatians. When Paul was speaking to the Galatians for basically looking down on Gentiles, looking down on anybody that was different from them, he went to them and he said, Jesus called us to do one thing. This is the greatest commandment of all, and that was to love God and love your brother. People need to start loving again. Love your brother, love your family, love your country, and love cherish life. It's temporary. We're not here forever. I wrote a post today, the wages of sin is death. If you're going to lead a sinful life, there's no eternal life for you. The only way you can receive eternal life is through Jesus Christ, and that's it. I know some people don't, some people might not believe in Jesus, and to each their own. But as for me and mine, Jesus Christ is the head of this household. And that's the only way to attain salvation. Honestly, I got on here last night and I said, most people walk around angry, confused because they don't know who they are and whose they are. But once you wake up and you realize who you are and who you belong to, you will feel a sense of relief come over you because you're not walking around trying to attach yourself to something. You already have, you are already somebody's. You already have value. You already mean something simply because we are all God's creation. Man came in and tainted that. But you have the ability to wake up and resume control of your life. Walking around in emotions, it's not going to help you, bro. Walk around with pride and look into things, research, and deal with logic. Once you do that, life and things people do, things you see, it doesn't feel so offensive. Like when Trump says his outlandish things. People get offended. And you're like, Trump did this. Trump, you know what? Trump is vocal. He's very blunt. He says how he feels. He doesn't apologize for it. And that is something that we're lacking in America. Politicians get up here and lie. Just lie. What's up? Hi, Jamie. How you doing? Let me look at some of these comments. I say we don't have a skin problem here. We have a sin problem. Facts, man. Thanks for joining this morning, Mario. You guys have a safe day at work. I'm glad that I could catch everybody on the way to work. Maybe this is something I'll do. Talk to you guys in the morning. Get some things off my chest. I love your shirt. I got this from a Trump rally. And piece this. I got this from a Trump rally. I wanted to wear it, but Secret Service said they would tackle me to the ground if I wore this behind the president, so I couldn't. But I got this from one of the Trump rallies. How can there be a black Proud Boy in a white supremacist organization? People are still pushing that. Oh, the greatest commandment is to have no other God before me. Second is just important. Love your neighbor and love yourself. I've read some of these already. I'm sorry. Sometime I don't want anything to do with the black community. It's not a self-hatred. It's extreme exhaustion and frustration with the mentality because I'm black. And in their opinion, what we should all think, or we should all think the same. And if you don't, you're everything but a child of God. Jesus set me free. Facts, girl. And they want me to continue to be a slave. This is why I'm not pro anything but pro God. High five. Psh. Fist bump. You deserve all that. That just gave me chills. Jesus died for me, for you, for all of us. Not for the white man, not for the black man, all of us. Yeah, man. We gotta accept that. Thank you. I appreciate everybody for watching. You guys make this work. All the shares, all the likes, all the comments. It's you guys that make this work. And everybody that contributes to my show, everybody that contributes to the Hit Squad, I'm telling you guys, it does not go unnoticed, and we appreciate it. I appreciate all this. Those white men on their knees saying, sorry, beta male. You know what? I'm going to pull up Jesse Lee Peterson on y'all before I get on out your hair. I love Jesse Lee Peterson, by the way. Okay, I want to meet him someday and sit down and talk with him. That would be freaking great. I think Facebook is messing with your live feed. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. If that's the case, please, guys, if you don't mind, share this live. If I can get 5 people, 5 followers to share this in 5 different places, 5 different groups, 5 of you each, this will get this video out, and it will draw more attention to our message as conservatives and as Christians to turn away from sin and come back home. Come back home. We're waiting for you. We really are. It's so much better on this side. Do you see how happy we are? I wake up with joy every day. Sometimes I'll be like, because of the news and because of what's going on. But for the most part, I'm happy. Proud Boys are just men who love America. Yeah, they are. Do you ever think we will see a day when color is not even considered? When Jesus comes back? Yep. All that is sin. And sin won't be eliminated from the world until he comes back. So I think we'll be dealing with that for as long as, we're in existence on earth. But I'm going to play a little bit of this Jesse Lee Peterson and laugh with y'all for a bit. And I hope you guys have a good Friday morning. Thanks for chilling with me. This was fun. I hope you learned something. I hope you took something away from our talk about the Breonna Taylor case and all the new pieces of evidence that have come in to present us a different picture. I hope people actually learned what Trump's platinum plan is going to be offering people. It's not a handout. It's an opportunity. Uh-oh.
A nurse?
Yes.
Beta! Ramar, are you the head of your wife?
I like to think that we're equal.
Are you the head?
He's the head.
Beta!
I am no. I'm an alpha.
Not if you think you and your wife are equal. Beta!
Oh, because I tell you why.
Beta!
And my stepmom thought I was getting an attitude, and she got really mad that I said that to her. And so not even like 2 minutes later, my dad called me.
Beta!
I told my dad. And,
Oh, poor daddy feelings hurt.
poor,
Beta!
Did you think I'm a beta? Did you think I'm a beta? Did you think I'm a beta?
Manhood hour! What is a man? What is a man?
It's an adult human male.
Manhood. Hillary or President Trump?
I voted for Hillary Clinton.
Beta! Beta male. A man is a male return to man. Alpha male. Live right, be right, and lead the way.
I do rely on my mom for a lot of training.
Beta! When you were 5 years old, you were sick, and he called you the P word?
Yeah, he called me P word, the B word. Said stop being a little,
Were you acting like a little beta baby?
Maybe.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Oh, just a little girl.
Beta! What a girl. Beta girl! Jason, you could have been straight up, man. Be a alpha male, not a beta male.
He is. I wasn't going to say I'm doubling down and I was going to vote for him. But that's the thing. The thing I was going to vote for was the Yang Gang.
Who?
The Yang Gang?
Andrew Yang?
Yeah, I was leaning more towards that way, but he
Beta!
out of the race. Oh, no.
Beta male. Bernie Mango says, well, my biblical question, do you see yourself as a son of God? Bernie Mango says, well, you're leaving out women. I prefer the term child of God, or you can call me a saint. Whatever. It's amazing. Beta!
I was having sex with my girlfriend, Beta, little Beta.
Beta!
Oh, my God.
Beta! Everything you're doing is wrong. Just thinking about that. You left your place, moved into hers, wrong. You made a baby with her out of wedlock, wrong. She's not your wife, so it's not going to work, wrong. She is already disobeying you, wrong. And she's already using your child to control you, wrong. I recommend that you overcome your mother. You have your mother's mindset and emotions, because when you were a kid and your father left, it was too much for you to handle her. And as you know, you become like whomever you are angry at. And so you are a passionate person. You need to forgive her. You need to forgive her because you have the mindset and nature of a woman. As a beta male, not an alpha male. Beta male, yes. Beta male. Beta.
Jesse Lee Peterson is my man. But what if you have not watched Jesse Lee Peterson, honestly, you should probably take time and watch his content. He has a very interesting message, but there's a lot of truth in it. Like I said, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, sticking with me, watching this. I know a lot of people had to go to work. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube, the Hot Mic. Please subscribe to the Twitter, the Instagram at The Real Hot Mic. I will be coming back with a more set and scheduled time where I will go live. But for right now, I'll be doing pop-ups. Sometimes I'll pop up in the morning. Sometimes I'll pop up, during the evening. I might do something from my phone. I'll surprise you guys and keep you on your toes. But the Hit Squad, we're getting together a schedule where we will appear, all three of us, on all three of our platforms. So if you haven't, please go follow Corey, Just Face It, He is hilarious. These guys are like they're not even like my big brothers. They are my big brothers. And we have a great time when we all get together and, talk about the issues that's happening and everything that we're facing in the Black community. And you have three people that bring three different viewpoints because we don't all agree. That's the beauty of the show. If you haven't, go follow Corey's Just Face It page. Check out his content. He goes live pretty often. And if you also haven't, go check out Marlon. And Marlon is he's the enforcer of us all. He's the not so nice one sometimes. If you haven't, go follow our pages. Go check out our YouTubes. Check out our content. We should be coming back with you guys with another show, The Hit Squad. But I appreciate the time you spent with me this morning. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for liking my post, sharing, all the support. It's appreciated and it doesn't go unnoticed. You guys have a great morning.